What's up, y'all? My name is RJ. Hell nervous. I'm heckin' nervous. So I'm just gonna go right into it. This next, I got a spoken word piece, a poem that I wrote a few weeks ago. I'm just gonna hold it back. All right. So this piece is called "An Ode to Venus."
You got it, RJ.
It's been over 21 years now. 21 years of life. A life filled with pain and joy, happiness and sorrow, and a gift called hope. A promise for tomorrow, even though I know that technically there is no promise for tomorrow. But you did teach me to live that way. And to be honest, that's why I always shoot far. Wishing that one day that I'd be the brightest out of all the stars. You see, there's a reason why Venus is closer to the sun than Mars. But it's probably better to say that the sun was closer to her. And I never knew the reason at first, but if you look at the nature of when a child is born, the child sees a mother first for nurturing. So, in other words, the nature of her nurture was the gift she gave. The gift that saved. Saved me from my father when he asked me that question. After every fight that you guys had, he'd ask me, who do you love more? And at the time, y'all should know that I never answered it, but let's just say that he didn't know what my answer had in store. Because 15 years later, he got my answer, and that's when he learned the paradox as to why we could never get it right. It's like Pandora took my voice box and called it her own, so Dad, when you decided to wait until I was grown to open it, you should have known that it wasn't going to be nice. Because even if my heart picked the right parent, it was the alcohol and the violence that broke it. And since you split, it's been us against all odds with our backs to the ropes. It's been rocky ever since. We had no extra money to blow like the pauper, but Mama raised me to be a prince. Rich, with the principal potential in my pockets. You told me to look for change here because change comes from within. And it was this change that got me on this bus ride heading far away from home. Alone physically, but mentally and emotionally, you're with me. I've learned that without our queens, it is impossible to win this board game called life, because life is a gift that is also known as a present, and this present was given to us during your presence. Your presence is like royalty, and it was with me, along with all the great, strong women before you, queens without crowns, just like Rosa, when she parked her behind at the front and took a stand by sitting down, or when Amelia Earhart decided to fight life stereotyping took flight. It took might and courage for Harriet Tubman to be bold and use the Underground Railroad, or else stories of her greatness would have been told. But this slavery is far from over. You see, women are the only oppressed group in society that live in intimate association with the oppressor. And we do oppress her. Every time we say a sexist slur, undress her with our eyes and stress her with our verbal and physical pressure, and you can't stress enough to her that she is still living in a man's world. And I'm not saying that I've never used the word bitch in vain, but what I'm saying is that there is always room for change, and as long as we sing to the movement for improvement, that women can always have faith in better days. Because on top of all this, women all over always find a way. Just like how you do, Mom. Just like how you do it every single day. Even when things got thick. You made sure that the stones and sticks never broke you. And these are the words that I wrote you, and so I quote you. If you do what you're supposed to, everything will fall into place. Your love and your soft-spoken wisdom is the reason why I spoke you. Remember when I told you I would never forget all that you've done for me? Even if I never realized it at first. I mean, you were never home, always trying to provide for my brothers and mine, and in my mind it's like you committed a crime but not putting an emphasis in family time. Always working overtime, but over time, I realized how lucky I am to have you in my life. Buy me the things that I wanted, paying for all my soccer trips. You make me chicken noodle soup to make me super when I'm sick. You're the deal of all the cards in my hand. The one that gave me a fighting chance. You are my hero, or rather my heroine. My need to insert the needle in me so I can overdose on your estrogen to live life with femininity. You are the drug that gets me higher in the clouds, and even if you're still back home in that house, I will still speak it loud. Mama, you make me so proud.
Give it up one more time for RJ.